Das LIGNA Journal vom 9. Mai 2013. Live von der LIGNA zum Thema: Welchen Beitrag leistet der Maschinenbau zur Nachhaltigkeit?
Herzlich willkommen zu unserer Sendung auf der LIGNA.
Welcome to our program here at the LIGNA in 2013. Ecological and economical, society and sustainability. That is what we're going to be discussing in the next minutes, and especially the technical innovations and solutions that we can create. I am very happy to greet here to discuss here on what machine building can contribute to sustainability. Here are my guests today.
Gerne als erstes vorstellen. Eingeladen heute in unserer Sendung
Wilfried Gehart, welcome. You are Managing Director for Sales and Marketing at Leitz. Thank you for coming. Frank Diez, Chairman of the Board for Leuco AG. Welcome to you too. Wolfgang Pöschl, welcome. Chairman of the Weinig Group. Rüdiger Schliekmann, Managing Director of the Klessmann GmbH. Welcome to you too. Dr. Markus Flik on my left here, Chairman of the Board of the Homag Group. Welcome to you. And Dr. Bernhard Dirr, you are a Managing Director of the VDMA Woodworking Machinery Association. Blue competence is our topic, a topic that in 2011, the campaign that in 2011 was introduced here in Hanover, for example at the Hanover Messe, at the VDMA by Dr. Hannes Hesse. He also was at the LIGNA and had a look at the innovations, and I had a short chance to talk to him about blue competence. We are very happy to be at the stand of LIGNA TV to greet here the leader of the VDMA, Dr. Hannes Hesse. Welcome and thank you for finding the time to come here. You started the campaign Blue Competence. What do you wanted to achieve with that? The campaign Blue Competence is a topic for machine building to show that machine building, the industry, is competent, is capable of solving the future problems that mankind will have. Energy efficiency, for example, on the one hand, creating energy efficiently, but also products that are energy efficient. Water, raw materials, and especially what is often not seen enough is food. What steps have you started or thought up? Well, on the one hand, of course, a technological step that the industry should prepare accordingly and develop these products, encouraging innovation not only in Germany but throughout the world. That is the one level. The second level, just to make this topic known, that's why we have the name Blue Competence as a sign for a blue planet, that we are fighting for a blue planet. You just said to advertise it. So you have a communication strategy, I presume. How are you implementing this? What do you do? Do you go to trade fairs or what happens there? Well, we have diverse lines, different directions. The VDMA alone, although it's very, very large, is still too small to do this. So we distribute this idea via our members. We have 400 members who have taken up this topic with their own products. You can see that at the LIGNA, but also at many other trade fairs. So we distribute it at the trade fairs, but also in many other places, other events. We take in other organizations. There are 29 participants who themselves at their companies further push forward this topic. What kind of reaction do you get from the public? What kind of reactions have you seen? Well, on the topic Blue Competence directly, we haven't had much feedback. That is not the target. The target is to get people to realize what is going on. And the VDMA has managed to get machine building to be seen as a competence centre, as a solution finder for the problems that mankind has, to integrate these and to promote these solutions. And that's what makes us as an industry very friendly and nice to have around. Dr. Hesse, thank you very much. The topic Blue Competence at the LIGNA 2013. Dr. Dirr, Dr. Hesse already, it was noticeable with him. He's very happy that anyone can be enthusiastic about the product. Which reason did the VDMA have, why did the VDMA want to join in? Well, I think the topic, wood and sustainability, is something that really belongs together, something that is very obvious. We do have to take part here. To take up what Dr. Hesse already said, it's very important that we must work on this project together with our members, with our companies, and to show them and us what decisions we can make to influence the future. So we obviously wanted to be here at LIGNA because the world comes to LIGNA, and here we can really get everyone to notice this topic. Blue competence itself is not so important, but it is really important that we need to be responsible for our products, responsible in production, and to promote sustainable production. It's not to make us look very green, very environmental, but the sense and the economy of the whole business. Blue competence or sustainability is a balance of economy, ecology, and societal responsibility. You just said that is why you came to the LIGNA here in Hanover. And how is the campaign integrated here, and how are you communicating it at the trade fair? Well, we're doing exactly the same as the complete campaign demands. We as VDMA are responsible and are willing to show the contents. We have our own stand here in Hall 16, where we are talking about the blue competence topic, but it is also important that the companies join in, that at every stand that of companies that belong to the Alliance, that they communicate this project as well, this topic as well. It's a mammoth task, it's a gigantic task, a difficult task, and we can see how there are lots of unclarities, communication issues. The old topic, the old problem we have in machine production, it's sometimes not easy to talk about how good we really are. That is exactly why we're sitting here together today, and I think it's fantastic that we have this possibility. I'd like to start a quick round here, talk about some sustainable products. I'll start with you, Mr. from Leitz. You have the Riptech milling procedure. What is that? What is so special about sustainability here with this milling machine? Well, thank you for the question. Riptech is a procedure that we have under the title of Blue Competence because it is proven that we can reduce powers and energy consumption, and we, as a tool, we can contribute in the chipping process by the machine. There the energy is used up, and we can influence that, and so we're doing that. We're working together tightly with the German machine builders to realise and implement these savings. Mr. Diez, at Leuco, you have the Leuco P system. That's something you developed. What advantages does that system have? The Leuco P system is a tool with extremely large axis mill, cuts with a completely new cutting features. With this tool, you can have extended lifetime. And with that, the material diamond has a far longer life expectancy and can be used more efficiently, and so resources can be saved. Mr. Pöschl at Weinig, they're setting on scanning technology. Can you tell us something a bit about that for sustainability? Where's the connection there? Well, the technology is used especially with solid wood. It's a regrowing resource, so it's already blue tech. And we take this use the scanning technology for these regrowing materials. Has, of course, lots of faults, mistakes in it, holes and so on in the wood, so we can get the most out of the wood to save resources. The scanning technology finds these faulty parts, and following units are informed via high-performance computer systems where they have to cut these bits out so as to get the maximum benefit from the wood. Mr. Schliekmann, IMA Klessmann GmbH, you have an energy-saving box. What function does that have, and what does that contribute? Thank you for the question. Yes, we have an energy box that we developed. to use units that are not being used in parts of the production, especially in lot size 1 production, parts that need units that need other times. So these units can be steered and controlled, shut on, shut off. And we thought a lot about how we can develop this box further and gave our clients the opportunity to summarize the experience that they've had during the day, to read that and evaluate that, and then to think about how to save energy throughout the day, how I can operate the system to save energy efficiently. Dr. Flik, Homag Group is setting on energy efficiency. Can you tell us something about that? Well, energy efficiency for us is already with building the product and also the full area of operating the machines. For example, we have a suction device which is very intensive in energy. We've got the certain levels we can save up to 30 megawatt hours. That's about €3,000 in energy costs per year. Also pressure air that we're using for actuators, which can be adapted. We can save 20 to 30 megawatt hours per year. And also standby function, like a start-stop with the car. So if the machine is not used in certain areas, then it's on a standby solution, but then can be switched on again very quickly. That also saves a lot of energy. We've heard a couple of benefits here. What about the whole association here? Have you had any experience there? Are you happy with Blue Competence? What is behind it? Have you seen any developments there? Yes, well, these are fantastic examples that we're hearing of here. It's really great engineering that we can hear, and it's very difficult to communicate these things. There are lots of parts for improvement, for precision, and of course there are lots of examples that can be more easily communicated. In the particle board, for example, I only need half of the chips or less glue. That's something that you understand immediately, so you can see efficiency and resource efficiency here. The examples that we heard about here are at least as important, need a lot of developmental work, and this is really the premium class that we're looking at here. We really are global leaders in this area. But the communication line that we're taking, we have to keep up, so that people understand that really you have to take these steps to win, and then we'll lead together to a good product in the end. We have many further companies who have examples like this. I already mentioned a few, or hinted at a few, in the area of resource efficiency. That is in the Premium League, of course, very important. Sawmill technology, for example, we have to manage to keep the cutting area small and so on. And lots of communication areas where this has to be handed out. Looking at the German producers, the classic woodworking, they're very much at the top, and that's why I like the topic Blue Competence. Before we talked about sustainability needs profit, I also think that this for us as a marketing platform is additionally giving us good impulses where we are really leading. In other markets, you can imagine these things are not as far advanced, for example, in customer recognition and so on. So for us, for our member companies, it's an ideal option to make themselves special in comparison to other competitors. Mr. Gehart, Dr. Dirr just said here and there are sometimes little glitches in communication, but there are lots of new and precise innovations. What about your experience? How come Blue Competence arrive at your clients or your clients' clients? Well, it's difficult to cross that sort of limit. We have results from the Fraunhofer Gesellschaft where they found that only 14% of the decision makers really only look at total costs, and they don't really look at sustainability. That's not how they decide on what to buy. That's where we need to show a bigger profile. And I think Blue Competence can also be a synonym for this innovative cluster that is here in Germany. Especially as we are sitting here around this table, we can together really show great advantages and developments. And with Blue Competence, we have a vehicle with which we will succeed in future to transport this idea better in future. Well, maybe it's also partly got to do with the word sustainable, which is being used all over the place, almost just a phrase that no one really listens to properly. Is there some way of saying, this is what we really want to do with sustainability? This is, fill it out a bit more. Well, in the discussion in the last few years, the word has been used a lot, you're right. So it is often seen just as a word without meaning. But for machine producers, we have thought about that, and the core of our dealings have always been in that direction. When dealing with the natural product wood, you've always been wanting to work with it efficiently. And our clients, and also from the responsibility towards the environment, we have to communicate this. It's not a problem on the inside because the employees already have this opinion, but on the outside, of course, we need to explain a bit more, because there's one thing that you must not overlook. If you are so careful in production and live up to the expectations, of course that will have an effect on the price that the customer has to pay in the end. And so that is why it's important that the end consumer realise his responsibility and be willing to play his part and pay the price. What can you say about your experience with the word sustainability with communication? Well, as I mentioned before, solid wood is a natural material, and every wood has a different structure and features. For us, the topic resource efficiency and energy saving has always been a very important building block, and especially if you look back to the critical years after the financial slump, it became obvious that many customers optimized their procedures to become more efficient. So it's not just a blue or a green topic, but also a topic that we are following, that the economical benefit for our clients should improve, and I think that's important. Blue Competence gives the whole development its name and an image. So all measures and communication goals that are behind it. Mr. Schliekmann, what is it like with you? Do you think a campaign like this can improve competition? Yes, I can definitely emphasize that. I am of that opinion. If you see how this topic has developed at the trade fair in the last years, especially in regards to sustainability, it's not just a label. We have the success stories. We've heard these success stories from this circle here. If we look at the regional magazines, papers and so on, you can see what's going on in China, that China is realizing its nature and thinking about resource efficiency. It's becoming more and more popular there as well. And so I'm glad, if I look around the topic here, the group here, what kind of topics we have in common with the machine and product manufacturers. And I'm glad that we're all working together. If I look at the competition, if I look at you now, Mr. Flik, that we are pushing this topic further forward. Yes, the question to you now, maybe with an added question. Energy efficiency is maybe a little bit more simple to communicate because everyone's talking about it, because everyone knows it from home. Well, let's start with our customers that we're talking to here at the trade fair. Very much their wishes to be more sustainable in their procedures. They want their furniture or building components to be manufactured environmentally friendly. The clients, our clients, have definitely been thinking about sustainability. In our business, we have our own label, Eco Plus. That for us is energy efficiency on the one hand and also material efficiency on the other hand. Other wood materials, composites, the chipboard is being used a lot, and there is quite a lot of waste that occurs in production there. And lightweight construction boards, they can only weigh a third sometimes of these massive solid wood products, is also ecological. Technology that's worth it is the Eco Plus motto. So if you have €6,000, a payback of 2 years, that really is worth it for the customers. And also our customers get credits, they get money for these benefits, which help them finance the products too. They get Eco Plus technology that's worth it. And then the societal responsibility, Homag Cares, we have here social projects that are being supported there. What I've been asking myself already was a bit obvious in the discussion here, the responsibility that the society has, does that not also have a good effect on the economic situation? Because also the clients then say, that's something I'd like to ask you all, I would like to do something, I want to work sustainably, I want to offer something sustainable, and that's why I'm looking for companies or products that actually offer this sustainability. Have you got any experience with that? I'll just ask you all. Mr. Gehart maybe, or Dr. Dirr? Yes, maybe I might just try to add an aspect here that goes in the same direction. You know, we're all talking about the lack of experts in the field, and that is going to be becoming worse. In the future, we really have to be attractive employers, and in the society, it's going to be more and more important to have an employer who also stands for responsibility towards the society, and it's something that we've not talked about yet. An attractive company, a future company, and for us companies here, the machine builders, thinking about this topic, but also in the production chain, for example, in the woodworking companies that prove that they are really taking this topic seriously. I am convinced that in the next years this is going to become more and more important. Mr. Gehart, maybe. Yes, I would like to answer the question. Go to Hamburg, look at the newly opened international building exhibition, with which many of our clients have been dealing with sustainability and ecology of their products. You will find multi-story buildings and so on with wood frames, with natural resources, with highest energy efficiency. We can see with shows like that we are working in the way the public would like. Is that your experience too? Well, I can basically only just confirm what my colleague just said. The train is going in that direction. There are many examples here for that, and the trend does seem to be unstoppable. I'll hand on the question to Mr. Pöschl. How can a trade fair like the LIGNA support? How can the LIGNA maybe be a communication flow aid for the whole trade? I would like to talk about the procedures. We show, for example, at our stands, I'm sure it's the same or similar with the colleagues here, we show systems at work. We don't show individual machines, but process chains where the optimization of these procedures and where exactly sustainability lies and where the resources are being protected. And these procedures are being shown. One example, wood that is evaluated via 2 scanners what the benefit can be, what we can actually win out of this unfinished wood, and then at the stand live it is shown how the technical procedure goes. Similar things at your stand as well, to be discussed, to be seen. There's a lot of talks always going on at stands. Does the topic Blue Competence come through at your stand as well? Yes, well, we have to confirm that. I think that the LIGNA is really the best platform for discussing this kind of topic, because we also, at no other point, are as much in the centre of attention where we can be compared to our competitors. The LIGNA is the place for that, and so we have the option and the possibility to discuss and promote our topics. But we can also go to our colleagues, to the market companies who are here. And we can talk to them and look behind and think about the competition. What offers can we give? What about the competitors? What have we brought with us? What have we developed in the last few years? What about Homag? Also a topic at your stand? Well, I'd like to jump back a second. Sustainability is within our motto. It is contained. Sustainability through responsibility. So to show that we are an attractive employer. Our chance here at the trade fair is to show that. So lightweight construction panels that I can band, very high quality procedures that we can show that we use resources very efficiently. Or cut reduction, Eco Plus calculator at the stand, where for every machine you can calculate what savings do these machines bring in energy and money in euros per year. There's a brochure with 55 pages and you can see in detail what benefits can you get from our products for resource and energy efficiency, but also in money efficiency per year. Dr. Dirr, that is the economical side. I am also interested in the political side. Have the politicians reacted? Has there been any reaction there? Are they promoting this? Are they supporting it? Well, of course, it is one of the most difficult questions. It's not easy to answer that. Of course, the politicians are reacting. Of course, they are, because they are interested in anything to do with the public. We can't talk about direct success. It's not something that is measurable immediately. But of course, we can feel that in the conversations with the politicians, but also with other decision makers, there has been a change. It's not divided or made a difference made between environmental technology versus machine technology. That was rubbish. Environmental technology is machine technology and vice versa. And sustainable technologies are important in both. So I think that's very positive here. I would like to use the chance here and add something. The round here, the group here, is a certain form of sustainability, respectfully dealing with one another. These here are the most important people in the market and are meeting together, but we are managing here and at the LIGNA to work on topics together, to present ourselves together, because as we are all here, we are sensible and decent companies and entrepreneurs. And that is maybe different to other companies from other parts of the world. That is very important for our clients. It should be a decision is made from the gut often, and if someone deals with a company, then moves from one to the other. I think from the long-term view, a very important element, but that is not new. But machine building has known that for a while. But still, it's a very important factor. I would like to pick up this point again for a finishing off round. How do you think that the topic sustainability generally is important or stands for German machine building, innovative power as a leader for the world? How would you see that? Mr. Gehart, maybe you. Yeah, I can only repeat what I already said. Blue competence can be a symbol or become a symbol for this innovative power in Germany, in woodworking processing, in chipboard processing. If we are very clear that our clients can recognize the benefit and realize this and use it, then we're on the right way. And it's already been mentioned in dollars and euros and in money. We're trying that at the stands here in our communication to communicate that to the clients. We have clients that confirm that. They have documented sites that clients save 200,000 euros per year by using the RIPTEC system that we showed. And with that, we can prove that the German industry here is still the leader, even if the one or the other, as you already said, might be copying our machine concepts and create this use and talk about it, and that we're moving forward. Mr. Diez, what do you think? Leading position Germany. Is the topic important for that? I think the topic is definitely important. If we look back, then the little country Germany after the war really brought up a high performance from machine production, but also export, global leader. If you think of the size of the country, that can be labelled with the label Made in Germany, which is very much and highly recognised throughout the world. We're very international in that way. In other countries in the world, sustainability is becoming more and more obvious. And I would like to especially mention China, because we often hear other messages about that. But I'm convinced that with the topic Blue Competence, we can create a further quality excellence of quality mark, and we have to also deal in this way and bring competitive advantages. And your opinion too, Mr. Pöschl? Yes, exactly. If you look around at the trade fair here, you can see many sustainability topics. The best proof for the success of the German machine building industry, especially for our trade, is the LIGNA itself. The LIGNA is has been taking place for the 20th time now, since 1975. And if you look at how the competitor trade fairs have developed, you already mentioned China, then here the technological development is concentrated here at this trade fair, and that is positive. The trade fair is by far the largest trade fair, and this is where the sustainable topics are being shown. That's an ideal sign for this success. You want to show the world Germany sustainability is a topic? Yes, definitely. I think I can only agree with what my colleagues here have already said. Here at the LIGNA, the technology leaders of the trade meet up here, and all my colleagues here deliver their technology throughout the world. And if we talk at these trade fairs and push and promote these projects about sustainable processing and so on, then we do have to also make sure that we implement these developments as well. It really seems to be important. And machine builders throughout the world, I'm sure, are not just going to develop the products further, but I think they will also take part in the topic Blue Competence. It could be that then with these products, with these furniture pieces, they might also be able to find Blue Competence when you present the furniture from these partners that have joined in this topic. Dr. Flik, with you at Homag, we already heard the topic. I would like to take Dr. Dirr's question as well. What Mr. Schliekmann also said, that at the trade fair there are so many companies, so many German companies that are dealing with this topic, and they're working together on the question of transporting this message to outside Innovative Power Germany. We can see it in many areas. Very many strong companies, strong German companies that are egging each other on. So there's a network going on here, network production. The rule, philosophy, power control, but also ecological in the connecting. There's a lot of cooperation going on with lots of complex systems, work with Henkel and Knudsen together, Reactech. You used to need 50 grams of glue, now it's only 20 grams of glue needed. So that saves several tons of glue and adhesives every year. So these connections between the different producers, so competition from other countries, I think will need quite a lot of time to catch up with this connection of different teams working together, this competence. I think abroad it will take them longer. As a solution finder, we as a wood processing group, regardless what kind of wood, whether chipboard, furniture or production elements for building, we have a very special role in sustainability. Dr. Dirr, right at the end, this good round, this special round, what steps are still planned for Blue Competence? What are you hoping for? What are you hoping for the whole campaign in the future? Well, of course, first we have to say we have very high goals, and the goals are becoming more and more precise. Everyone who joins the campaign can't just raise a hand and say, okay, I'll join in. They have to fulfill criteria, and they're becoming more and more strict. That is important to show that we're not just twiddling our thumbs. We are trying continually to work on this development, and of course communication to the clients and with the clients is important, but I would like to go a step further. We really need to, and that is a task for the next years, to get the consumer, the end user on board with us. He has the biggest leverage, because if he decides not to buy products that are clearly focused towards Blue Competence and sustainability, some of the big furniture producers already are working in this area. But if we manage to have customer awareness of this, then we've done everything right. And I hope that at the next LIGNA, maybe we can already report on success here. Blue Competence, what does machine building contribute to this? I hope that we manage to bring this topic a bit closer to you. Thank you very much for the wonderful topics and conversation going on here. And if you're interested in the topic, there's a website by bluecompetence.net, and there you can find all the companies and certifications that Dr. Dirr already mentioned, and any further information that you can find there. So just switch on your computer and you're watching me on TV on the computer, so yes, we'll just go into Blue Competence, and at LIGNA TV also always new topics here with us, and the focus points at the LIGNA 2013. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you have a successful trade fair day.